Hey guys, it's Alyssa from AlyssaNolani.com. Welcome back to my channel. August is in full swing, which means that for many of us in the planner world, we are just coming out of doing One Book July. So today I'm going to be recapping a little bit about how One Book July went for me and how I have things set up for the month of August. I do have to apologize. I'm struggling a little bit here. I've got a bit of a sinus issue that I'm dealing with, and so it's making talking normally a bit of a challenge, and I'm sniffling, and I've already tried recording this several times. Just can't get through this, so I'm gonna give it another go and hope for the best. So bear with me. Now, I've done One Book July a few times in the past, and I think that this year I enjoyed it more than I ever have. And I don't know if it's because this year's theme, the bullet journal method, was just right up my alley, or if it's because I'm trying out a different size that I've never been in before, or a book that I've never been in before. But for whatever reason, if it's a combination of all of these plus some other variables, I really enjoyed myself this year for One Book July. I chose to use a B6 Stalogy. I've never been in B6 before. I've been told in the past that I would like it, and always knew that I probably would, but this is the first time actually doing it. The Stalogy is also new for me. It was an impulse buy that I indulged in back in June, and I'm so glad I did. I really, really enjoy the pages of this notebook and just the overall look and feel of it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I do have to say that the pages do ghost. I mean, really bad. I'm using Inkjoys on this, and the pages aren't terribly forgiving when using Inkjoys. So you can see that it ghosts pretty badly. It doesn't bother me that much. Not so much that it's a deal breaker for me. So I just continue to use it. The combination is okay for me. But if you've never used a Stalogy and you wanted to know, it does ghost at least with Inkjoys. I've also used Pilot, my Pilot G2 I've used in here, and it ghosts pretty badly too. But again, it's not a deal breaker for me. I did a setup video for my Stalogy at the beginning of the month. I'll have the link down below if you want to check it out. So I'm not going to go into full detail about how I had it set up for the month. I do have several lists here. I do have a month on 2 pages. And then a habit tracker that I never used. I have a bit of a complicated relationship with habit trackers. If you've watched my planner videos, you may know that. When they're actual planner inserts, like my Peanuts Planner Co. inserts, I can play fairly decently, depending on the season of my life, in those habit trackers. When it comes to a bullet journal, it just does not, it's not my jam, and I don't know why. I can't explain it, but this was not ever used. So there's that. I will not be putting one in the future. Now I know. The other thing that I did was I tabbed the weeks of the month. So I'm not going to show you a filled out one, but basically it was just a page on both sides that I had available to forward plan, to just write down notes that pertained to that week, or anything that I needed to remember that week. To-dos, I wrote down information about bills that needed to be paid. Anything that needed to be captured for that week went on these pages. And I really, really liked this, and I'm keeping it moving forward. The other thing that I have tabbed here is a few spreads pertaining to work. Can't show you because there's stuff for the channel and the blog that I'm still working on, and I don't want to spoil anything. But anything that was blog or YouTube related, I have tabbed here on the sides. And I will keep that moving forward as well. It was nice having that easy to get to without having to flip through a bunch of pages. That is one of my struggles with the bullet journal method, is you do have to flip through things. I did not subdivide. Some people have kind of counted their pages out and then like made divisions and sections and things. I don't know if I can do that in a bound book. I haven't tried it, and I don't know if I want to, because I don't like not having the ability to put in another page. Does that make sense? So if I already have an existing section, it can't ever grow, which is why I love rings, because you can add and remove pages. In this, since I can't add or remove pages, I'm just not going to make sections at all. So, it functioning the way it does, I'm just going to allow it to be the system where you plan as you go, you write as you go. I hope that made sense. So anyway, I don't have sections in here. It is kind of hard to find some things. As you can see, I did not index. So I decided moving forward that I was going to index, which I have done. There's something else. So month on 2 pages. Oh yes, I also decided that if I was going to move forward in this book after July, that I was going to put the rest of the months in the year so I can forward plan, because I really like having space to forward plan. So all the rest of the months of the year, the weeks for each month as I go. So I'll have the weeks for August as I'm working through August. And then once I set up September, I'll have the weeks for September and so forth. And then just dailies. That's what the rest of this is just dailies. And so it's a page with the day and the date written at the top, and then all of the days, happenings, and notes and to-dos happen on that page, or 2 pages if I need it. So that is basically it. And I'm just going to show you how I have it set up for August moving forward. I have an index here. There are 3 to 4 pages if I need it. Highly doubt I will need even 2. I don't know. It depends on how long this lasts me. And then I have my month on 2 pages for August. I wasn't terribly particular about keeping my lines straight, so they're kind of wonky. Then I have September through December. And then, as you can see on the side, I have the week number, along with a little bit of space to write a note for that week. Okay, so these are my weeks on 2 pages. I'm sorry, my months on 2 pages. Immediately following that, I have a list for the month of August. And this time I decided to divide it between personal and work. Okay, and then I have my weeks 32 through 35. And again, they're separated between personal and work. And at the top of the personal sides, I just went ahead and wrote the bills down for the month so I know when to expect them to come out. I also write them in my, I don't think I have yet, but I also put, I may not write the exact bill down on the month, but I'll put some kind of mark on there so I know we've got 3 bills coming out, the second week of September or whatever. I have a general idea of when my bills come out, but it's nice to know, okay, there's only 1 bill coming out this week, so we have a little bit of wiggle room in our budget, or whatever. We know what to expect. My husband gets paid weekly, so it's nice to just kind of have that immediate snapshot of what money looks like when I look at the month. So anyway, bills go here and they go in my weeks. And then after that, I just got dailies. That's it. I got my month, my weeks, my days, and just dailies. And then as I need to make spreads, I will make spreads. And that's it, you guys. That is all. Now, this is not my entire planning system. I am also in my passion planner. If you've never seen the inside, I will open it up, but it's going to be blank because I'm not quite ready to show what I'm doing in here. So I decided to try the passion planner because it is something that I've had my eye on for a while. I did do 2 videos where I showed my passion roadmap and how I set this up. And this is really helping me kind of get a better picture of what I want to get done for the year and subsequent years. And then this gives me the space to kind of train myself to time block. I can lose time really quickly just, wasting it. So I'm trying to get better at time blocking my days. And so that's what I'm using the passion planner for. It's a lot easier to do it in something like this than in something like this. Definitely in regards to space, And definitely in regards to the fact that this is already set up, I don't have to do it in here. This stays on my desk or at home. This comes with me when I'm out and about. So I am using my Passion Planner. I am also keeping my personal rings, my Filofax personal rings, and this is going to be more like finances, home management, maybe some self-care things. I'm still kind of working through it, but things that I do need on a fairly regular basis, but that doesn't need to come with me all the time. So it's separate from my everyday carry. Also, I just don't want to give up my personal rings. So I'm almost kind of trying to find things to put in this, just low-key, but because I love my personal rings, but also because there are things that legitimately don't need to live in here. And then I'm also still using my Filofax A5 for like the long-term, more in-depth notes and records, for lack of a better term, that I need to keep for the channel and the blog. Okay, so stuff that does not need to come with me all over the place, but more long-term planning, more in-depth stuff happens in here. So I know I've done 2 planner stack videos already, right? But coming out of One Book July, this is what my planner stack looks like now. It's a bit different than it was in the spring, but this is kind of where I've landed with these 4. Now, you know what these covers are. These are 2 Filofax, and this is a Passion Planner. Let me talk about this cover real quick before I end the video, because I really gotta go sneeze or blow my nose or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna go through this really quick. This cover is actually from Walmart. I had heard tell that Walmart had traveler's notebooks, and I was intrigued and went to Walmart sometime last month and found them. These come in regular standard size, as well as this, what I'm guessing is supposed to be B6-ish sort of personal size. And it comes in this gray color. I believe it comes in black, and then it comes in like a pale rose pink sort of color. And so I went with the gray, and it also comes with 2 inserts. So it came with this one, which is a week on 2 pages, and then it came with this one, which is just your basic dot grid. And I have my Stalogy on the 2 bands in the book. So these 2 bands would normally hold the 2 inserts, but I have them anchoring my Stalogy. Now I also, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sniffle. I also bought the refills that they had. These 2 came together and these 2 came together. These black ones are a dot grid, basic dot grid, and a daily. So it's just an insert full of dailies. Don't know if I'm going to use this, but I think it's pretty cool. It's a very basic layout, fairly functional. I like it. So that's what these are. And then these are a contacts or address book, which if I ever open this and use it, it'll probably get repurposed, because I don't think I'll ever need a physical address book. Not many of us, I'm not going to say nobody uses them anymore, because obviously they do, because they keep making them. But it's just not something that I'm interested in using. As much as I'm a pen and paper person, I keep this kind of stuff on my computer. Excuse me, so sorry guys. So I don't see myself using it. It's not completely useless to have around, we'll see. I won't say never, because you should never say never. And then you have another week on 2 page spread. So this one's a little different than the other one, but it's here for me to use if I ever want it. Now get this, these 2 sets of refills were like $4.50 each. And then the Traveler's Notebook itself with the 2 inserts was $6, I think, $6.50, something around there. so totally cheap. And because I was trying out the B6 size for the first time, I was not ready to drop a whole bunch of money on it. So having a traveler's notebook this cheap just to test something out was glorious. So I was super glad to find this. You can use a personal size planner, a personal ring size planner for a B6. Not all of them. I don't think, like, I don't know, even if I took the rings out, well, maybe. If I took the rings out, yeah, I guess my Stylogy would fit in my personal rings. I just don't feel like buying a perfectly good Filofax and de-ringing it. So I did not. I went with a $6 option. One of these days I'll buy something really nice for it. I've always wanted to buy a Chic Sparrow binder. I've always wanted a Foxy Fix. I mean, Filofax just came out with a new set of binders, so yeah, I've got my eye on these, but still a bit too rich for my blood. So this cheapo Walmart traveler's notebook is working perfectly well. I slapped a sticker on the front. I slapped a sticker here on the side. The pen loop is nice and generous. It has the space here in the back for me to slide the insert in. Oh yeah, I'm using this. Can I show you? Oh man, I gotta stop sniffling. I'm using this as my editorial calendar. I have the rest of the weeks of the year mapped out for me to, there are some things that are already planned out, and then I've got, space to add things as well. So the rest of the year is in here for the blog and the channel, and then I'll just continue into the new year if this is something that works for me. So I've got my ed calendar wherever I go, along with my everyday carry, and it is working out just fine. Okay, I'm gonna end the video, one, because it's getting to be a bit long, and two, I really need to blow my nose and take a drink of water, you guys. This is miserable, and I'm now having a hard time breathing. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I hope you guys had a great One Book July. I'm looking forward to moving forward with this system and just kind of watching it grow and turn into what it needs to turn into. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.